Hey, welcome to the very first podcast of
first one.
Sydney Night Owls. And my name's Adam Lean, and I have...
you have Brodie Sexton Clark right here.
And Charles Penfold.
Yeah, let's get the conversations flowing.
Yeah, you had a story about yesterday.
Oh,
right?
I do have a story about yesterday, but it's quite a long story. Do we want to hear it now? Unless anyone else has anything to talk about. Well,
Get some sneaky.
I had quite the day yesterday. Let's see. I woke up. I accidentally slept in, and then I had an exam, which was boring. And it was my last exam, so I was like, oh, good. I'm on holidays now. It gets interesting. You guys just wait.
Right.
It gets quite juicy.
What was the exam in?
Oh, the exam was on studies of religion, and I didn't do too much revising, so I was a bit like, oh shit, like I'm trying to do the exam, and
yeah, but I mean,
I'm just like, I know this, but
it's a good time to be doing religion, I guess.
Yeah.
Watching religious movies like we just did.
Yeah. That was a very religious
yeah.
movie.
Well, yeah, it's about Jesus and how he.
Well, it's about the love for Jesus and the just
conflicting nature of like humanity and the afterlife
and the desires and the will to for things
flesh.
Such as sexual
temptation,
experimentation and
very
such
deep stuff.
Sins
well, there's a little bit of deep stuff going on that movie. I mean, when Jesus gets onto the set of a porno movie, I mean, it's quite deep indeed.
I know, it's quite quite surrealist.
Quite spiritual, I would say. Yeah.
You would learn a lot.
Yeah.
Trey Parker is definitely a 21st century
mastermind.
Yes. There we go, that's the exact one.
Okay, so... the mastermind of Jesus.
The master of the spiritual B-movie.
What if he is the reincarnation of Christ?
It's Trey Parker. It's just like...
Let's not get carried away
here, it's like, I am Jesus.
It's us doing the podcast, not Trey Parker. So I mean, now we are the incarnation of Jesus, right?
Yeah, we're Jesus. We were going too far before. It's actually us that are Jesus.
Yeah. Giving you a bit too much.
Back in your box, Trey.
We start the cult of the podcast cult. Everyone just listens in, going while our podcast is just playing.
Candles.
You're getting sleepier, audience. On the count of 3.
You will give us $300
every minute.
Yes.
Anyway,
I think I sort of failed that exam. Although I did know it. I was just kind of like,
shame that you hadn't watched Orgasmo beforehand. You would have had all the answers.
Yeah. I always lie to myself when I study. I go, okay, I'll sit down for 2 hours and study. I just look through the books but not read it. I know I'm not studying, and I'm not studying, but...
yeah, but you're going through the books, that counts, it's like...
I just lie to myself.
Or I'll know what the exam's on, I'll be like, well, I did that in class, so I remember all that. Yeah.
No.
If I know what the exam's on, I don't have to study,
you know? If above 70%, I'm okay.
But if I don't know what the exam's on, I don't know what to study, so you just don't study anyway, either way. It's quite a dilemma you get there.
So what happened after that?
Well, I was planning on doing some filming.
Oh yeah.
And for Crappy Horror Genre Film, which is a purposely terrible horror film that I'm making at the moment. And
is that what you say until you understand whether it's actually good or not? And then you've got that fallback to say... Yeah.
It's like
I did that on purpose.
It's actually like really tense and like exciting, and it's like, oh Jesus, this is good. Yeah. This is some juicy stuff.
Oh right, sorry, I thought we were in the movie.
Yeah.
You said
whoa.
Where?
I keep thinking Jesus.
Spiritual.
I keep thinking Jesus is gonna walk in with a pimp suit, give us like
be like religious,
thumbs
not
up.
Following.
Yeah.
I wonder if you've seen that people have seances, right? And you see they get the Ouija board out, the Scrabble board. Has anybody tried to call up Jesus on a Ouija board?
Probably.
Just like Jesus
is
talking to you, Mary. Are you there, Jesus? No.
Fuck off.
Can you
Maybe next podcast we can run that experiment.
Yeah.
Like this religious thing.
We'll have a Ouija board and get someone to narrate everything that's happening because
it's like a Omegle with dead people. It's some like horny Indian guy.
Let's just a horny Indian guy.
Yeah. Like, have you been on Omegle before on the video chats?
Well, I should though. I mean,
heaps of just naked Indian men.
Right.
Yeah.
On those online chatting services.
Yeah, you with a random other person.
Well, they're just like Indian men just throw it off and just.
No, it's already off.
Oh yeah. They don't even like to give it a surprise.
That's disgusting.
That'd be good. Like it'd be good if like they just have robes on. They just go. You know, they just like slowly take it off.
My friend
shift around.
My friend has really long. My friend has a metalhead. He has really long hair, and it was a really hot night, so he had his shirt off on Omegle, and this guy kept telling him to dance for him and stuff. And he kept saying I'm a guy, but he didn't compute.
Dance for me, skinny.
Yeah. It's very hostile.
Dance for me all night long.
Can we not talk about naked Indians? I'm getting kind of a little bit erotic now.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
Get back to the spiritual stuff.
Yeah. Oh Jesus!
So anyway, the thing was we were filming a scene in which a weapons dealer. Okay, so it's hard to go from Indian naked Indians on chat.
I think your movie needs naked Indians. That's why your movie's crappy. You know?
So I'm thinking of making putting a naked Indian in my movie, and about my movie, by the way. So there we go.
This podcast is this podcast is a car, and like drunk drivers, we keep swerving off the road.
This is gonna go all over the place.
Yeah, we just did a bit of bush bashing there, folks. Like, not bashing anybody, just bashing the bush.
Charles is just going to sleep on the wheel. You know, we're trying to keep it stable.
He just tied a bit of rope to the wheel and started rocking the pedal, and away we went.
Yeah, exactly. So
you're in the.
So anyway, we had to film a scene where a character in our film is a weapons dealer, / gossip person, but that doesn't even get mentioned in the film, so I don't even. That's what it says in the script.
Gossip person.
Yeah, well, he's the gossip queen of the school.
Oh.
I wrote the script. I always write my scripts. I wrote the script like 2 years ago.
Right.
Of
So
course.
it's kind of like it's a little bit religious, isn't it? Because it's written, so that's what you have to do.
Especially you have a background full of monkeys at typewriters.
Oh, there's a lot of subtleties in my.
You outsourced the script, didn't you? You had naked Indians.
Yeah, we had naked Indians going on.
Writing your movie for you.
Big warehouses. Scripts coming out every day.
Yeah.
I think it would be good to have a gossip joke.
Better good.
Yeah,
weapons dealer, but he's good at gossip.
Well, I'm too distracted looking at naked Indians, and like they just throw out all these wacky ideas, and I'm just accepting them.
Right, when there's naked Indians to chat with.
Yeah. They do give you ideas. You're like, yes. It's good. You got Earth, Wind, Fire, naked Indian people. What would life be like without it?
On the seventh day.
I hate to think.
It's a sad thought.
Back to the spiritual.
Alright, back to the spiritual stuff. So anyway.
Must have been Indian.
We lost Eve. Sorry.
We were gonna have a guest, Eve, on the show, but she sadly had to leave
to play violin. Yes.
Yes.
What name is she at?
We'll get her as a guest on one of these at some point, definitely.
Yeah, we'll have to. I think.
Yeah.
I think she'd have a lot to share.
Yeah, we can talk about about Russia and naked Indians and.
I don't think they'd survive long in Russia. Just get them out in that tundra, they're fucking.
It's like just melt.
Ice blocks, yeah.
They're just stuck forever, just like the.
Doing the kundalini, finding their inner chakra.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of chakras.
Yes, well.
Oh, Charles has got the wheel again.
Yeah, okay. Jesus, Charles, we're gonna have to change seats at some point so I can start driving.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we got to film a scene in the film where a weapons dealer is waiting to meet with someone at Broadway Shopping Centre. Okay, and he starts to look around suspiciously. And then he sort of walks away from... The camera is basically the person that's chasing after him.
Oh, it's like first person.
So he's got, like, a weapon?
Yes.
What was his weapon?
He had a cap gun that we had painted the tip
What
of.
the fuck? What kind of weapons dealer in his right mind deals in cap guns?
No. In the film,
like a distributor for
$2
shops.
Yeah. Well, no. In the film, it's meant to be an actual weapon. Of course. Yeah.
Oh, so you do some seats.
Yeah.
Well,
no. What we did. Well, there's the orange tip at the top. So of course, us being geniuses, and in the middle of a shopping center with security cameras, we got a texter out and texted the orange tip of the cap gun.
I've seen other filmmakers paint their guns green, and so they run around with a green gun, and then they can green screen black in After Effects later. And also people look at the gun, gets like the effect, like, what is that, a green gun? Everyone looks at it and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
so
this is an
it's
interesting
good. You get free extras.
Oh, so that's a good idea.
One of them. Yeah.
So
but the orange tip is just so you can poke your eye out, right?
Now,
people
here is what happened. At one point, he pulls out the cap gun, and he shoots it at me. And then we filmed some other bits.
So what are you in the movie?
That would be a spoiler.
But
I do play a character called Mark, of all strange coincidences. Right. Yes, it's not that you know any Marks, of course.
I've had a few of my time. Naked Indians called Mark.
Yeah. Mark. I'm Mark.
With the Mark. Yeah.
Well, and so basically, and then there's a bit where where he gets chased through a parking lot.
We should throw a disclaimer in right here.
Yeah.
We love Indians.
We love the Indian people. Their food is quite tasty.
And their religion is quite good for humour.
Yeah. And they make sure we spend our time on the toilet.
I always understood that the thing on their head was a curry dot. That's what it was called. Is it? Apparently I'm wrong. So at the end of the day, it's not called a curry dot.
I think you're wrong. Yeah. It's a sign of respect. It means that they're doing something a little bit more spiritual.
When he pointed that out to me, I realised that it could be interpreted as a racist kind of thing, a curry dot.
Sure. That sounds pretty racist because a lot of people refer to them as curries.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Oh right, yeah.
So that's definitely racist.
I've been walking around like, hey, curry dot, like.
How you doing, fella? How you doing, my curry dot, brother?
Ignorant white kids walking around.
No, I work with a lot of Indians at work, so I never actually use that term.
Oh yeah. Luckily I've been informed.
But I'm very, very open to ask. I ask a lot of questions. I often put my foot in it, but I think it's better to ask a question than just to assume.
So on the shower, do you put clothes on and like?
I showered naked, man. Come on, that's where it's at.
Unfortunately, at my work, there's no naked Indians, but
unfortunately,
they're not the kind of Indian you want to see naked.
Yeah.
What kind of Indian is that?
Well, it's probably middle-aged man who's bald and a bit of a beer gut going on.
Oh, I'm sure they have they're packing the best packages. Go on.
I'll leave that to you. That's your mission for this week.
Yeah.
Bring to next week's podcast your experiences in the
I need to have some experiences. I need to up my Indian naked forte.
So you're at Broadway.
So we're at Broadway.
Yeah.
And he gets maybe not in our minds.
It's a very broad conversation.
Yeah. And I was Joe, the actor that was playing the weapons dealer, was running around the car park. And at some points he pulled out the cap gun and was running around.
This was on the roof?
Yes, this was on the roof. And then at one point, Joe says, I wonder what the security camera is thinking. That is watching us the whole time. Now, you wait. You just wait.
All the doors shut down.
Now, for a while we filmed more. I came up with a very nifty camera trick. You see, when my camera runs out of battery, you can do a thing where you quickly swap the batteries, and the battery will last for like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know why it works, but it works. And my batteries are retarded like that. It just did.
So what's the trick here? You just take it out.
Well, yeah, you just take out. Well, the battery's like, no memory left. Take it out, put the other battery in. You've got 20 seconds on that battery. Take it out, put the other battery back in.
It
works. Although I think, the battery time.
Home, kids,
They're
just gonna sue us now because you're doing them out business.
There may or may not be a risk of breaking the batteries, destroying all their
If you disappear tomorrow morning,
you're a nickel cadmium terrorist.
So basically, we were filming short 10-second scenes and then swapping the batteries around. And at one of these points, these guys came up to us, just in just some plain clothes, and they just went, "What are you guys doing?" And I just went, "Oh, we're filming." And then just wait. Okay. And then they went, "Oh, what's this?" And we're like, "Oh, it's a cap gun." And they're like, "All right, well, come up here. We're cops."
Oh.
Yeah. So we got up. And they,
wait, they're playing. On the roof, though.
Yeah, we're on the roof. We're on the staircase filming.
A helicopter?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, they weren't. No, we were on the sort of. We were on the stairs that sort of go up to the roof. We had been filming on the roof before, though.
So it's like you just like.
Yeah.
Like done a shop and you've done Goldmark Jewelers.
Been running around, and then they said to us, "All right, it's good that we found you. There's people looking for you on every floor."
Oh.
It's nice to feel wanted.
Yeah.
It is.
And then, as if this wasn't enough, they made us sit in a corner.
Yeah.
And they asked us all for our IDs.
Well, you're in the shade at least.
Yeah, we got to sit in the shade. They were in the sun, so, pretty relaxed. And then all of a sudden, all these cops start gravitating towards us.
Gravitating?
Yeah, all these cops start walking towards us.
That's a bit of a...
Yeah. So basically, after 2 minutes, we get three cops that come towards us, and it's like, "Oh, this is them," and it's just like, "Oh yeah, it's just a cap gun made for a horror film," and they're like, "Oh, okay." And and so we had 12 cops.
You just employed 12 cops for an hour.
No, I think we had more cops than that.
Ask them for some B footage. Yeah. Did you?
No, our batteries.
You can get the security camera footage, splice it into your movie footage.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Element of
have that cutaway. There's always that cutaway. The lazy guy is falling asleep or something, and on the camera, there's some guy running around the building.
Yeah. So basically, what had happened is we'd caused a gun scare in the middle of Glebe, which had alerted all the cops in the nearby area, and cops were looking for us at every floor in Broadway.
Yeah.
Because we were running past
This goes out to you.
Yeah. Because we were running past a security camera with what looked like a weapon and firing it.
But hang on, you were firing it, so it had caps in it.
Yes.
But okay. But
we may not have been firing it up on the roof though.
You're gonna overlay that with real gunfire at some stage. Yeah.
And basically, so they got us all to sit down there.
I don't want to sound queer or anything, but that shit's hot, man. Cap gun that sounds like a real gun,
yeah. So basically, Joe was sitting. We were all sitting down, and they asked Joe, "It's like, is this your cap gun?" And he went, "Oh no, it's not mine." It's like, "But you were the one using it." Yes, I was. And then it's yeah. That'd be awesome.
Cap gun registered.
Yeah. And then someone else comes over. Turns out, in the heat of filming, Joe had left his bag on the ramp. So cars couldn't get down.
How big is this bag?
Well, it's just in the middle of a ramp is all.
So cars were being polite by not running it.
I don't even know how cars were going. I guess they were driving around.
Move.
But basically, so just after.
You stupid bag!
Get out of my way!
Sitting there for hours, like, come on!
I'm trying to negotiate with a bag.
Walk out, like, listen.
Yeah. So basically,
we can work someone out here.
Yeah. So just after he gets. Just after the cops realised that he was the one using the gun, it's whose bag is this? Oh, it's my bag. And so he's get that as well.
What was inside the bag?
Oh, they started looking through the bag too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they were looking through the bag for all this thing. Apparently 7 lighters is an agreeable thing to have in your bag, so they didn't confiscate that.
Alright, yeah.
But they confiscated Owen's scissors. They looked through his bag and they went...
Well, slow down here. So, why the hell do you have 7 lighters in a bag?
Well, I don't know. It's you'd have to ask my friend Joe.
If someone has 7 lighters, you don't ask them questions like that.
It's just like they just have 7 lighters, you know.
What, is he your key chief grip or something? You know, is he the best boy? You know, what's his role in it?
He's like the real deal.
Yeah, all right. He's a gaffer man.
Yeah. There we go.
Wonder, I heard of chain smoking, but when it gets to the point where you're worried you might need 7 lighters, before you get home.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And then, of course, the manager of Broadway came down.
Of course.
Yeah.
Manager of Broadway. The man who manages Broadway.
Yeah, I met the manager of Broadway. It's like meeting a celebrity. He was a sleazy fat man in his 40s. But he talked to us, and he was just sort of just saying, well, next time you need to call because you're filming in a public place, and he should have said private property, because you're allowed to film in a public place. and it's like you're allowed to film public. Yeah, you can film on the street and stuff. That's a public place.
Excellent.
Public place is just like free
you
place.
meant to get permission.
Yeah, but you meant to have like a filming
permit.
permit.
If you die or something, you could sue them. You know, for filming.
Yeah, it's like we filmed without permission. We're suing you.
Yeah.
Remember the girls in America that sued McDonald's after they got too fat? They got like a beast and like could be suing McDonald's and they won.
Is that like the woman that sued the movie Drive for not having enough driving?
Probably the same girl.
So yeah.
Wait, this is the best day of your life?
Yes, this is one of the greatest things that's ever happened
Did
to me.
you film this? By the way, hang on, can I ask? Did you?
Sadly, no. The batteries were out.
Alright, so the cops talking to you like switching batteries out.
Yeah, we just keep switching batteries.
What kind of camera crew only has one camera? Surely you have a little, iPhone or something, you can just
it's just like, if one of us filmed it, that would have been magical, because it was
magical.
It was an experience. As we just a quick flash forward, as we were walking out, we saw vans driving out. So vans had come to pick us up in case there was a scene.
My God.
The cops were ready to fire at us.
Whoa.
They even said to Joe, if you had been waving that around at the cop, you could have been shot.
Yeah, sure. You're tasered to death.
And it's just like, so your way of dealing with a gun scare is sending all the cops in and killing the person.
That'd be a good story for the podcast, though. Joe ended up dying.
Joe died.
Probably would make a better movie. Come on, let's face it.
Yeah, documentary.
Get famous off that shit.
And the police said, and then the police said that you can always, it's never to go amiss. You can actually just call the police station and say, we're filming. We don't have a gun.
Okay, so the next time we rob a bank, we'll just call.
That's what I was
say,
thinking.
We're just gonna be filming
Guys,
a bank robbery.
It's just a joke, don't
so
worry.
when the alarm goes off,
We're just filming a documentary about bank robberies. It's
okay.
like
so we're leaving with the money. They're like, okay, any minute now, they're just gonna come back laughing.
Not everybody's happy about it.
Don't worry, no, we don't actually have hostages. They're just sad because the rap party's so far away.
Where's the camera? Like, oh, it's hidden.
You're gonna get some calls, some texts, saying, "Quick, help us." We'll
all part of the thing.
But it's
method
cool,
actors.
In fact, we'll give you guys a credit on the robbery.
We'll give the special thanks in our movie.
Cop shop.
Well, that's what we're gonna do in Crappy Horror. We'll put it in the special mention. Thank you to the New South Wales Police Force.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
what happened after that?
Then they were just talking to us and just like, well, you must see the suspicion walking past the security camera holding a weapon in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Joe was wearing a trench coat, by the way, so that obviously hypes up the suspicion. And he left his bag on the ramp.
Was he wearing something else alongside the trench coat?
This whole time runs on the ramp. It's like
I
50
think
cars
an Indian kind of trench coat deal. Or
we'll keep this to your imaginations.
Right,
I believe Joe's going to do a vlog about this next week sometime, so people.
I imagine him back at the car park. All this being sorted out. There's like 50 cars like lying back, like. They're all just like, come on.
I would just love to know how many cops actually just got sent out that day.
Actually, look, let's throw all the other ideas out that we've had today out the window. That one idea I think we should pursue. I think we should go to Broadway Shopping Centre with a big motherfucker bag and just put it in the middle of a ramp and see how many cars we can get backed up.
And film it.
Yeah.
And then run away when the cops come.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, no, it could. We could actually call the cops and say, "Hey, there's an unattended bag on a ramp in the car park."
Yeah. And I was joking, and the funny thing is, my brother came over later in the day, and he bought me a...
I'm calling on your phone, Charles,
My brother had come over later in the day, and he got me a massive Nerf gun, and I was like, imagine just painting this and walking back there, and just firing it.
With some little LEDs and stuff.
The cops come and just be like, say hello to my little friend, just like shooting at them.
You tell them that extra's coming soon, and then he thinks that they're just arriving on set, so he's like, guys.
No, it felt like the Blues Brothers. Cops just kept coming. It's just two plainclothes policemen, and then all of a sudden, there's everyone on all these floors. There's vans. There's like 12 guys. We meet the manager of Broadway.
I go on tons of filmmaking forums. They all have stories like this. They call all the neighbors call the police and stuff. But I've never had one, and I always think it's never gonna happen to me. It's happened to Brodie.
Yeah, I know it happens.
It's like my time is coming. It's like I haven't really seriously hurt myself yet, so I know like soon something's bad's gonna happen.
Well, more for me, I was like, I don't,
down.
you know, like there's these people that have these stories, you know, and now I have a story, you know.
I really have one.
You know, this is what you tell to people. I
Well,
could have
this
been
is a
arrested.
story. Yeah, because you were with other people, and it's not like you're on your own and you feel embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I was the only one over
doing
18, so
something cool.
my friend Owen was gonna be like, if I was to be in trouble, my friend Owen was gonna say, oh well, I'm the director, so it was my thing. But if I say I'm a director, I'll get a record on because he's under 18.
Local directors,
this is great publicity. I mean, don't you realise you just as leverage? You should have got arrested. You should have.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I was actually slightly hoping I would actually just get arrested. I think that would be really. Yeah.
Film director arrested
and like so it's like now don't do that again. And it's like, quick question, can I use the footage?
You actually asked.
No, I didn't.
wouldn't
but
ask.
like, no, I'm gonna use the footage anyway. But you know.
But if you were like half done, would you dare like finish shooting?
We had one more shot to do, and we were like, oh, should we go back and do it? Like once we got home, it's like,
did you?
No, we didn't. We might later. But
it'd be a bit like that'd be pushing it. If they're like, alright, just don't do it again, and look back around, you guys like, an action, like.
So we broke at least like 5 laws.
Definitely.
Filming in a private property.
Mm-hmm.
Painting the safety tip of a cap gun.
Like,
causing because like it's for a safety thing. No, because the orange tip tells everyone that it's a cap gun, and technically you're meant to have an armor when you use a weapon of any sort.
Right.
Like that's
not a cap
gun.
Those weird guys that plays Dungeons and Dragons and gets about in chainmail with his buddies on a Sunday morning,
exactly that thing. That's what you need for an armor. That's what an armor does.
I have a Nerf gun I painted black.
Huh?
I have a big Nerf gun I painted black. This story just benefited me greatly.
Yeah, I think you should just get paintball guns. I mean, that's
fun. Like,
skirmish,
and also Joe's trench coat. He was. Oh wait, no, I won't say that on here. That's
okay.
A legal thing.
What's the only thing he's wearing?
let's not mention that.
It's made of hemp.
Yeah, let's leave it to that. Yeah. Later on, we also another crime got committed by Daniel and I. We went to get it was simple.
You jaywalked in front of the shopping centre. I know it. Yeah.
Oh no. We went to get pizzas, and once we got there, they were like, "Okay, we're Daniel," and they gave us the pizzas, and then he turned around and just sort of like he didn't ask for the money, and we were just like,
"Don't you hate that?"
And then we just walked out.
Yeah.
So we didn't pay for the pizza.
That's why they call cops. These guys again.
And like, yeah, so
you hooligans.
And then we were like paranoid the whole way that they'd just be like, "Hey, you didn't pay," so we're just like walking quickly.
Like a high-speed chase.
Yeah, it was at Domino's. So
you know that you hadn't paid yet, and you still walked out.
Yeah, we walked out. Hey, he turned around and went to his thing.
Easter Thursday of all days, you just tip some poor,
She repent.
Multinational company for $5.
I just like
it's
make
a great loss.
I'm just sort of like thinking like if the cops have to do all the paperwork and
it is.
If the cops have to do all the paperwork, I've ruined a lot of people's days, for the sake of a lot of bad footage. Like it looks horrible.
Did they take your names?
Yeah, they got out our IDs and wrote our names and numbers, and they said they were gonna call our parents, but they didn't.
That's so sucky, isn't it? It's just like, okay, we've established the fact you're not robbing a place,
and they confiscated our cap guns.
You're not vandalizing. You're not like wrecking the place. You're just running around with guns and being silly.
Yeah.
Like.
And we caused a gun scare, of course.
Yeah. Did somebody actually? So one of the shoppers actually called up. Or
I don't know. Just like they must have seen on the security camera and just been like, because like even Joe.
Can you imagine? Those guys who've got earpiece and
they're just
walk around all
they do
day.
Nothing.
They're just doing nothing. They're just talking to each other, saying, "Oh, situation over there. You might that fire door looks like it's a bit of J." But, and all of a sudden,
there's a gun.
Yeah, think about it.
This is the first gun.
It's a fucking
Once
gun,
every 20 years.
It's amazing. Yeah. Hey guys, there's a guy with a gun. Oh,
I bet
really cool.
Every now and again, they're just so bored they make up stuff. Like,
Yeah.
is that baby is that your child? And it's like, oh yeah, it's like, okay, just checking. Like they want something to do.
Yeah. They probably just get really bored. You know?
Yeah. Make a nice little TV show.
Yeah.
Terry, the security guard.
Yeah, well, you could make a pirate TV show, I guess. You know, like just like inappropriate sort of filming locations. Yeah. You could just sort of go shoot like a softcore porn in in the middle of a church service, or you know, maybe I don't know.
And technically, if you just film in the middle of nowhere and people get caught in your camera, if they never find out, because we got a lot of accidental extras in our films.
How about you got like a little like wood, you know, like campfire in a fire station or something. you just find all these crazy situations. Do stuff in and see how long it takes to get kicked out. You know. Yeah.
Well, that's a challenge. Just walk into a pub or something, see who can get kicked out first.
Yeah. But I think the bag, you know, the bag in the ramp of a shopping centre, that for me is the standout point of your story.
I sort of like,
you know, bro,
He left a bag in the ramp.
That is the fucking, you know, who the fuck goes around just absolutely leaving a bag in the middle of the
It reminds me of, have you guys seen,
We're in the middle of a chase and he's just like, throws the bag off.
It's like you're in your hot air balloon. It's like, gotta lose weight, yeah.
Have you seen Bugs Life?
No.
Oh, well, there's the very
Is
start.
that the one with Woody Allen?
Oh no, that's Ants.
Okay.
Bugs Life is with Pixar.
Right.
It's like an animated remake of Seven Samurai, actually.
Okay.
It is actually.
Maybe.
And the Magnificent Seven.
Anyway, at the start, they're all like carrying food over to their thing, and there's
Kill Bill like Seven Samurai. Everything's Seven Samurai.
A leaf flies down to their path. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
They're just bumping into each other like, oh, what do we do? And there's a guy, go around the leaf, like, because they're just extra ants. They're just mindless, like, they do their job and go back. That's what I'm imagining the bag to be like. They're just like, there's a bag in the way. What do we do?
This does not compute. Yeah. I did not do this at driving school.
Yeah, there's the arrow telling them where to go.
It's like, that bag, that's not a real concern. How do we get people to deal with this? I don't want to go out and pick it up. Wait, he has a cap gun.
How about a suitcase? A suitcase would be better because that looks more intimidating. Because you're not going to run over that because you're not quite sure what could be in the suitcase, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe a big monkey jumps out and starts beating up.
Just imagine a monkey with
like when you think of suitcase, you're like, there's probably a monkey in there.
I was thinking like a monkey from one of those 19.
I'm at the airport. I'm like,
bet that guy's a monkey.
Yeah. I was thinking there was like a monkey with one of those like machine guns you see in the 1940s gangster films. What do you call them? The
Tommy.
Yeah, the Tommy guns. Yeah.
The rotary sort of.
Yeah, just like a monkey in like a business suit just firing a Tommy gun with a top hat on. That's what I see.
Trey.
I won't be able to sleep at night, Jesus. I'll just be like, oh, there's too many suitcases around me.
You've got to start praying.
Yeah.
There's one right up there, actually. Yeah, just about to jump on you. Yeah, from above. Yeah.
Save me, Pimp Jesus.
Oh, Big Brodie.
Well, it's either that or a naked Indian man. I mean, like, it's a gamble between the two.
I'll feel right now. better, comfortable.
I think they both respond very well to peanuts. It's all good.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just relate monkeys to Indian people? Yes. Is that what you just did mentally?
Yeah, I just brought it back.
This reminds you of something.
Yeah.
We fuck the appropriateness, you know, we're about to finish.
This is a spiritual podcast. It's just
we should call this like the Jesus groovy good time.
So it was the best day of life.
Yeah. Oh, it's one of them, definitely. I mean, like, getting free pizza, getting 12 cops, meeting 12 cops and the manager of Broadway, and filling a Minecraft map with TNT and blowing it up. It's a top day.
So, Brodie, you need to top this, though, because you've just started on a journey here. Of kicking it to the pricks. So, you know, next step.
What next?
Well, the next step is, aside from the bag, a series of suitcases. We'll do this coordinated. We'll be on different levels, and we'll each put out the suitcase at the same time. So there'll be gridlock. But I'm guessing none of them actually drew their weapons on you.
No, they sort of had their weapons there. Like all of them had guns on them.
Did they have the hand on them?
Oh no, I don't think so.
They had their hand on something else.
They were probably just like
were there any hot
kids again.
Cops? Come on, there must have been some hot females.
Oh, there was a female cop. She was.
Yeah, They're pretty alright, aren't they?
Yeah.
With cops.
I don't know. They might not even be that attractive. It's just like
it's just the uniform, right? And the little cap, and they pull their hair up over it.
I can't take the cops too seriously when they're on the bikes. Because they wear shorts, short shorts, and they wear like little helmets.
They're just saying, "Come and spank me."
This reminds me of like cops in Baywatch or something, like how they wear short shorts all the time.
Come back here, you.
just throw a bag in front of them. They're fucked. They're gone.
Yeah.
So in a high pursuit chase, like riding along.
The hands are just going up and down on the handle wheels.
You know, when they're trying to track down a car or something.
I just can't take them seriously.
So the next step is actually having that you have to be something, that you have to put a label on yourself. So the idea of the Night Owls is that you just come and there's a space and you know, you can do spontaneous things.
And where could people join this fabulous Night Owls?
Well, we're on meetup.com right now, so you know, like you can go to meetup.com and just type in Sydney Night Owls and you should find us and you can join up. We got like 50 odd members. We've only been going for a couple of weeks, and you know, we've got our core right here in the house. Co-organizer Dave couldn't make it today, but I'm going to try and get him along next time or another time because he's got a lot of stories, and we do like stories on our podcast. Particularly when they're not true, and they feature a lot of ninjas.
Ninjas, naked Indians, Pimp Jesus.
Yeah, actually, if anybody out there wants to come and tell a story about Jesus that's not in the Bible, then
Also, feel free to hit us up some questions. You know, like
what email do we have?
Some question answering is pretty good. Whose email should we have for questions?
Maybe nightowls@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Didn't sound like compliment.
Well, I haven't actually made it yet, but you know, when I do.
Fling your questions at nightowls at gmail.com.
Yeah, it could be Night Owls followed by some kind of number to make it unique. But
so just guess every number from 1 to 1,000 until you get it.
Yeah. Well, to toot my own horn a little bit, I run a small little YouTube company that it's not really a company.
Plugging your own.
But with Axel Entertainment AX, I think you'll find it. We have made the greatest film of all time with From Russia with Chips, which Mark should totally look up and watch.
From Russia.
Yeah, it's the best sci-fi movie you'll ever see in your life. Of course, but we will have a lot of good material on there soon. It's just that we've embarked on making 2 40-minute feature films instead of just putting short films on the YouTube that we should do. But
we're gonna start getting more into vlogging and stuff. Right?
But yeah, and I also write lots of scripts. So if anyone's interested in being an actor, you know, I'm looking for actors. Especially, I'm making a film, The Mighty Ekatar Band. If any women, you know, are comfortable enough to pretend to be the floozies of one of the characters in the film, you know, it's all cool. You know, I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm just saying, you know, if there's anyone out there that's interested,
we'll name the podcast
and it would
Gentlemen Speak.
Yeah. hey, come on now. we love women. Little shift of the eye there, Giles.
We love men too. You know? We're not sexist here. You know, we love everybody equally. But
of course, we love men. We're men, but you know,
we just love them in different ways. Interesting.
You say that.
Concept. Well, all we've been talking about has been like naked men and stuff. So like, maybe we should like put some.
We can devote the whole of next.
We can talk about some girls and stuff.
We'll I think we should get some naked women in the studio. Surely it can't cost that much.
Just get some strippers in here or something.
Do you guys know any sexhibitionists? I mean, you know, there must be a few out there.
I don't know too many just yet, but
I can't say that I have contacts in that particular area. Okay, so couldn't we just be like, oh, a naked person, and they come, it's like, oh, sorry, like say we get a guy that comes, it's like, oh, sorry, you don't fit the part. We want a certain, you know, like we're not being sexist or towards a particular sex, you know, we just don't want you.
We should do these podcasts over Blog TV, I reckon.
Are we male, female, or other?
I think we're male.
I don't know, I haven't checked you guys recently.
Or other, who knows? I don't know what Charles is. He is a ninja after all. It could be anything.
I don't think ninjas have sex, right?
No. Well, they do, but like they don't.
Very fast.
They do, but they don't. They're not even aware of it. Yeah. One of them will just like in a couple of months go, oh my god, I'm pregnant.
Yeah. Well, they won't know it.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, it'll be a ninja baby too.
Yeah, like
they won't even know they've given birth.
They'll be really pregnant. They'll wake up the next day and the baby's gone.
Yeah.
And there's a cord coming out.
And then the window's open. There's like a little wind coming through. Yeah.
There's like blood everywhere.
And like it's just like, farewell, young Timothy.
It's probably like one of those, Filipino demigods that comes in the middle of the night and sucks the fetus out of the womb.
Oh, wow.
Well, the ninja babies get kidnapped at an early age and trained in Ninja Academy in Japan or something.
Indian ninja action.
Yeah, like, it makes it sound like we make porn films. It's like... I'm not making... I don't want women for a sexual sort of thing.
Objectify them.
I would rephrase that because that could come back to bite you later.
Yeah, okay. I forget I said anything there. What I advertised before is
Brodie's open to all suggestions. Ladies, Brodie has no boundaries in terms of what you might put on him or to him or with him. Through him. Into him. No, it's all good.
Just
really
live.
Like a month-old, child.
Why
do they even have that feature?
Say NightOwls is like 700 years old. It's always been there.
That's kind of stupid. Why would they like have that feature available but then let us make an account?
Yeah, I know. It's just like as if an infant baby would make an account.
It's the kind of thing a baby would do.
Yeah. They just hop on their computers, make an account.
Yeah. No, this kind of thing a baby would do if they're running Google.
Yeah.
Maybe Google's run by babies.
The password is.
And the oh no, we're still too young. Sorry.
What did you put us as?
Hang on. Well, I didn't put us as anything. Okay, so we're
so the one thing we had to change is what we didn't change.
What's other ages combined?
What's 2012 minus 18?
Don't do this to me.
Just do 1875.
I know it's a really basic question, but then like if someone puts me on the spot with maths, I just freak out and don't answer.
You're just like no, and you can't think.
I know.
It's like if I have to think about it, I'm a failure.
Yeah, I know what I mean.
Alright, I've got to remember the password again. Alright, it's a really cool password too.
But yeah, 1994, I was born 18 years ago.
That's what I was thinking, shouldn't Brodie know this?
Yeah, this is much password.
But someone's going to crack it and we're going to have to change it.
It's like naked Indians. I have the power of the NightOwls.
You're just like, oh shit, I got to change the password.
Oh, he scrolls back up. It changes the password.
No, oh man. Hang on, all lowercase.
So naked Indians is a password for a few seconds there.
Hey, naked Indians, it doesn't specify them being males. We've just been thinking that.
There must be jelly.
Yeah.
No. There must always be jelly. Weren't there 7 other rules? There's 7 kinds of jelly.
And if you listen to our podcast for the next 7 weeks, you will find out every type of jelly there is to recipe.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if we scattered out clues, something really big throughout our podcast.
Yeah.
Like we'd be talking in the middle of the episode, they'd be like, blue, and then like it would continue. It's really subtle hints.
Yeah, it was just like blue.
Yeah.
No.
Lampshade.
So it's got my...
Look out the window for the black dog.
Control
Oh god, that might have been racist.
I've been blacklisted.
Well, Gmail blacklisted you.
Yeah.
Why were you blacklisted?
Because
this is a story for the podcast.
I was blacklisted because I pretended to be 1 month old. Just tells me you must meet certain age requirements.
So now we put the podcast up a few years before we can.
Just use another internet.
Yeah, use another internet. Come on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
A browser.
Safari.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, let's Safari it.
Yeah, we'll go and
Use another internet.
Shut up. I don't know computers, man.
You don't have enough internets. That's the problem here.
Yeah, true.
We need more internets.
We need more internets.
Firefox, Google, Chrome, Explorer. Alright.
Explorer's dead, man.
I called browsers Bowsers for ages.
Explorer's died.
What?
Explorer died, like Internet Explorer.
No, I'm just saying. No, I called browsers.
Oh.
Bowsers.
Jesus, Mario, gosh.
Yeah, it sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like.
Yeah.
Open the Bowser.
Open the Bowser.
Open the Bowser.
Drink of petrol, get me the Bowser. I'm low on gas.
Yeah,
welcome to the party, Richter. Have you brought the Bowser?
Who's your daddy? What does he do? Get down. So maybe.
Get to the chopper.
It's like walking in with him in the bathroom. He's like, I want to get out there.
that connected.
I always wanted to do movie reviews.
Orgasmo.
Orgasmo.
We can mix in some reviews now.
Orgasmo.
Okay, we just watched a movie by Trey Parker, one of the two primary creators of South Park. He does most of it. Yeah, do you want to tell the plot of Orgasmo?
No.
Go, Charles.
Oh jeez, plots. Alright.
Many plots.
Okay, we need more plots. Okay, so the movie starts off with a Mormon played by
Trey Parker.
And
what?
Oh, this is cracking along.
I'm terrible with names.
Oh,
I can do like an ABC radio voice.
Yeah.
Like,
just pretend we don't need to know about the names and just say that dude.
Yeah. But you should know Trey Parker. I mean, it's like, you know, it's not like we said it like 10 times while we're watching the film. It's like, oh, Trey Parker's pretty funny.
I just forgot his name. I'm terrible with names. Someone would be like, oh, hey, I'm Matthew. And then I'd be like, the whole night would be like, hey, Charles. And I'd be like, oh, hi, you. You.
Sorry, we just got our email.
Okay.
I've had a lot of good times with you, and it's like, oh, wait, what, me? No,
Yeah.
you.
If you start a great friendship with them, and you're too afraid, you get to the point where you're too afraid to ask.
Yeah.
And so after 7 years, like, you know, like a whole lifetime of knowing them, you're sitting.
I actually had a scenario like that. There was like a girl I kind of liked at school, and I didn't know what her name was for weeks. And I was like, I'm not gonna ask. That's really awkward.
Go out with me.
Yeah. Well, you know that didn't happen because I'm Brodie, and you know, I just don't do those things.
You'd be like, hey, we'll you like vomit, and then we went out.
You know, because I'm too good for them. You know,
no,
like they're just like, wow, that Brodie. You know, he can have anyone he wants, but he doesn't. You know, he's fine. You know, he's waiting for the good stuff. Yeah. Oh, there's someone good. Okay. This is like
He's waiting to be cast in a porn film.
Yeah. You know, we're gonna get 100 dislikes before we get any likes of any sort.
Yeah, there's movies I can't watch. Movies starring Emma Watson.
Why? Oh, why?
Is she Harry Potter?
Hermione Granger.
Right. Yeah, why is that?
It's too depressing to watch them because I'm just like, I will never be with her.
Yeah, I think Harry Potter.
But don't you find it really weird and a bit fucked up because you knew her when she was like 11, man.
And I was like 9.
But, yeah, you were like 9, so it's less disturbing.
I know. If it was like 50, I'd be like, oh yes.
But you're just like, man, I was into her before it was like before it was mainstream.
Yeah. I like
way back when I was 9. Yeah.
Fedora.
Yeah, I know where it was at.
Yeah. I don't know, but I just can't. I watched my movie with Marilyn a few weeks ago, and I just cried the whole movie because I was like,
Yeah, but it's not actually Marilyn.
Well, you can sort of, you know, like.
No, not Marilyn. No, not Marilyn.
Oh, Michelle Williams.
No.
Oh, who?
Emma Watson.
Is Emma Watson in My Week with Marilyn? Really?
Yeah.
What's she doing in that?
She plays like one of the wardrobe assistants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because like the main dude from that is like
so you could have Marilyn Monroe, who's much hotter.
And then Marilyn Monroe like seduces him, and then it's like the conflict, like love triangle type thing. But
yeah.
She's not really in it very much, but I just the whole just like when she was ever on screen, I was like, I cannot have her. So, I got very emotional.
Yeah.
That's perfectly kidding.
12. I just got that.
And
12 teen.
Yeah,
Wait.
Let's write up the ad in our heads. So, looking for naked Indian podcaster, female, to help us between the ages of should we say 6 and 24. To help us do the podcast
for additional
We're gonna have the feds around here, dude.
This guy again, he stole a pizza. He got a gun scare, and now
He just thinks he can run around a shopping
Naked
centre with a
podcast.
plastic cap, painted black, of all colours, you know.
You know, cause a gun scare, get all the cops excited, and get vans driven over, you know.
Put a bag in the middle of a freaking, you know, car park van.
I just
And see the
imagine
headline in the newspaper?
it was nighttime and they didn't find us and we like got away and they'd send out like helicopters to try to find us.
Yeah,
I can
think
imagine
better
the
if you had,
newspaper.
like ninja cores that you could sort of shoot off the top of the car park roof and just sort of, you know, flying fox down, you know.
Could you imagine the headline in the paper though? Like, naked spiritual racist podcaster, filmmaker gets away with...
With gun scare.
Yeah.
With a cap gun. It's a little bit of a downer.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I know.
what the hell's this
I feel
shit
like
going on?
the crime, you know, the crime doesn't like match up, you know. It's like such a little crime, and I got like such big heat for it. But we didn't get fined, or they didn't even call our parents, so it's all right. Although everyone told their parents beforehand.
It's
So.
the intro to the podcast, like,
Don't
you know,
do the crime if you're not prepared to do the time.
it's like, I'm Charles, I'm Brodie, I'm Mark, like, take me home, like, some
Yeah.
go in the corner.
They got crazy shit going on here.
What are we doing now?
Get someone who knows a lot about like films, and we can
We're
have
not
some
doing
like
this,
really
are we?
intelligent.
We're not posting for like a naked Indian, actually.
I think we are.
I think we found him.
We found like we just hit gold. We got a freelance stylist.
Yeah, any area in Sydney, you know, he'll come and style.
Oh, we got an Amigo right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's contact them.
Beauty services, graphic design, other piercing, tattoo, tuition. I'm not sure that's what we really want. Film and stage. That's us. That's us.
Yeah, there we are, right there.
Need acting crew for short film.
Editing grip.
I like editing.
Well, for iVlog, I guess you'd need a good grip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom tish. Sound and music. Production. Other. I guess naked presenters probably cover
That guy.
Make sure she knows her stuff, you know, and then we can have like a conversation.
They're very selective with our naked
Yeah.
Indians.
It's just like, have you heard of Stanley
Is this you
Kubrick?
guys need acting crew for short film?
No, that's not us.
Yeah, you sure?
We don't have a thing on iVlog. We only heard of it today.
Need 2 actresses aged 25 to 45. They've already got a stolen our idea.
Yeah, no, people are listening
These
already. We
bastards.
haven't even posted
I
this.
know.
That's
Well,
how good we are.
they're probably faster than like neutrinos.
No,
or something,
the neighbours are probably just outside the window listening,
The
going, "This
cops
is
are
good
the-
stuff."
The
Yeah,
glass.
they've called the police. Like they're waiting for us outside.
Hang on. It's a possible TV appearance. Now that's a way to get the chicks in. You know?
Yeah.
Not only are you going to sit here naked, but you're going to be on TV. I mean,
Naked.
you know, that's a big
Yeah,
draw
yeah.
card.
Well, yeah, man. Have you like? It's a very fancy channel. It's called TVS. Have you heard of TVS? Oh, well,
No?
it's big.
Please send your details in brackets with photos. I mean, come on, this is just
Yeah,
some
yeah.
naked Indian put this out on
Wait,
here,
they need
right?
photos of the
Just
crew.
looking for
Why do they need photos of the
pictures
crew?
of hot chicks.
We
you
just
know.
take a photo of the wall and
No,
just
this
being
is
like,
acting.
"This is."
This acting crew.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, okay.
Why would they need us to send them photos? They should send us photos.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how it works.
So you're saying we should put our photos topless on our ad to attract women to come and be topless? in
I
the
don't think we'd
podcast?
attract many people, to be perfectly honest.
Well, like, say this person has a naked podcasting fetish. Like, they can't be too selective with
he
it.
wants to make sure that the
They can't go,
podcasters
no,
are
not these
naked.
guys.
Alright, well, we're gonna wrap it up, folks. But,
Yeah, later.
I hope...
No, don't we say goodbye?
Oh, no,
Sign
no,
off.
everyone's just getting really cold on the audience.
It's realistic.
Like, the whole thing is just James Brown
We
going.
would have killed off our dedicated audience by this time.
Definitely. If anyone's still listening, go
If you're
ahead.
still alive.
Well, like, you know,
Things
you're
to
gonna
do.
listen to our podcast. At least, don't. I just hope you're not just staring
Staring
at
at
a
a wall, like
wall,
sitting
yeah.
down at a kitchen table, like
Yeah.
play some games or
Just
something.
play a game on mute while you're doing it.
something at least. You
Yeah,
know,
at least.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You've got this.
It's like,
far
I like
already.
the sound of your voice, Charles. It's like, let Charles speak.
How do we sign off? How does that work?
Oh, I don't know. We probably put our clothes back on. What do you reckon?
Yeah,
Can we put our clothes back
yeah,
on?
let's put the clothes
Okay.
back on.
Clothes back on.
Clothes are back on.
Well,
Alright, well,
Um,
well
that was
again,
real,
I'm
yeah.
Brodie Sexton Clark, and that's Charles Penfold.
hey, I say that.
Oh, okay, go on.
Okay. I've been Charles Penfold.
And I've been Brodie Sexton Clark.
And this is Adam Lean, and you've been listening to Sydney Night Owl.